Hello, welcome everyone to the sharing session. Is Excel sharing for HR. Basically, it's staff movement analysis. Okay. Hi everyone. If let's say you're comfortable, I would love to see your gorgeous faces by turning on your video. It's okay to say you have no makeup. You can see me. I'm not in a formal dress. I'm okay one because today is Saturday. I want to keep it casual and we're able to have some fun in this 90 minutes. At the same time, you can learn something different. Yes. Hi, thank you, Catherine. Thank you, To. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you. Thank you, Kelly Chong. Who else? Catherine. I can see a very cute smiley face. Jacinta.
Very good morning, everyone.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Catherine. Okay. Now let's get started because it's only 90 minutes. The time is very precious to everyone. And first of all, I want to acknowledge your time to attend to this session. And this session will be recorded. And yes, so we have fun. And now I want to know a little bit what makes you to come to this session. What makes you to come to this session? You can use the chat or you can use your voice, whichever comfortable to you. What makes you come to this session? No right, no wrong. Why you are here? Okay, last time I have a very good friend. He signed up one of my program. He just want to support me. He just typed in the chat, I'm here to spy. Now what the, okay. Okay, so can you share what makes you here? At least from your sharing, I can know how can I tailor this 90 minutes to meet your expectation. Yes, we can see more people. Okay. Wow, ask you to attend. Thank you, Mr. Do. Okay. So that's more how Excel would able to help in my in your HR work and continuous learning. Thank you, Lee. Gain more knowledge. Yes, thank you, Catherine. Well, we have two Catherine here. Okay. Thank you, Catherine Tan. Thank you, Catherine Wong. Just to learn something that I have not known. Wow, there's a lot of things to do to learn. For example, cooking alone, it can take entire life to learn. There are so many things to cook. Okay. To learn more about HR, okay, for Esther, I'm not the HR person. I'm not the pro in HR. I just know about how to use the data. And there are a lot of HR people here. If let's you want to learn about HR, you can connect with them. Yes, to learn about knowledge, to explore more about what Excel can help HR. Yes. And new in HR, don't have experience and wish to gain more knowledge. Thank you, Beyond. And gain extra knowledge how to use HR and combining business data. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Basically, you want to learn about something. Okay, let's learn about how to close your eyes and open and close and open. Okay, no, just kidding. Okay, you can see me when I'm excited, I'm just a bit crazy one. That the intention to make the session a bit fun and relaxed. Whenever we have fun, we are relaxed, we can learn and absorb things much more better. Betul ah? Betul. Okay, so I will mix of different languages. Okay, now I want to put something on the screen first. Yes, something like this. I will put some disclaimer because I want to make sure everyone's here, they are okay, they are comfortable. First thing, I want to make sure the session is not recorded by any one of you because I want to make sure some of the information I'm still fine-tuning and I want to make sure everything is okay. And the content shared here is just a very simple scenario. In your context, it will be much more complex. So therefore, don't bula copy and say, oh, I say one there. Don't say that and then I will be hanged. Don't. And the method I'm using Microsoft Excel. The Microsoft Excel will be, some people, they mistakenly perceive Google Sheet and WPS Sheet as the Microsoft Excel. They are not. And some people, they're using older version of Excel where they do not have something called get and transform, or they don't have something called Power Query. So far, this is the thing I'm going to do because if let's say you are using different Excel or different method, it will require a different kind of way of getting things done. So because the data we are going to handle is much more simple, and by using get and transform and using something called Power Query, it will help you in your work. And now I just want to get some consensus. Are you okay so far with this? If I'm okay with the so-called disclaimer, can you type okay? If I'm not okay, it's okay. You can take your leave. It's okay one. Okay, I want to make sure everyone here is comfortable. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Thank you, Jacquina. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you. Now I just want to set the overall overarching frame, how this thing works, or how the staff movement analysis come into picture. And before I jump into that, let me share about why I have this thing. So I joined as one Facebook group is Malaysia HR Forum. I post a question, what kind of things you want me to cover? So I just put something lah. So one of them is staff movement analysis. People start voting that this topic alone, it has received over 500 votes. So I just used something like this. And because I'm not in HR, I use my experience as an employee and help certain people in terms of the HR work. So I just come up with something like this. And at the same time, if you feel something, hey, Tai, this is not so correct, feel free to correct me. I'm okay one. I'm stand for correction. Okay, I know a lot of pro HR here. I'm not pro, so I'm willing to learn from the pro here. Okay, so now let's go to see the overall. Basically about the staff movement, there are a couple of details available. So the first thing is the staff law. The bunch of staff, it could be comprises of the active staff where they are still working or serving in the organization. And some of them, based on the staff data, some of them, they already resign. They are no longer with the company. And between the active and resign, some they have so part of the movement is so-called promotion. So this is, they are promoted. So they are in between. They could be, they'll be promoted, but somehow they are not in the organization. I want to done some analysis. Even though they are not with the company, I want to see how frequent the staff is get promoted and get recognized, and how fast people are turned around, all these things. I want to analyze them. And so there are a couple of simple details. The bunch of the staff here, we have their join date when they come into the organization. It's very common for all the staff. This is the first information we will have. And the second information we will have is a promotion, when they go promoted. And again, I keep these things simple. I don't have a demotion. I just have promotion, keep it simple. And whenever they're promoted, I don't have something called internal transfer. I just keep the data simple, because in the real world, it could be, okay, now it's in the maybe team A. When this person get promoted, you will transfer to a different department. It happens a lot. So I just want to make the thing context easy to digest. So it just, whenever the person get promoted, you were promoted within the same manager. So everything's simple. When the person resign, also resign under the same manager. So keep it simple, because because later we will do some analysis like how this manager drive people away. Okay, we want to analyze those things. So keep the data simple. It's easy for us to understand the context. And the resign date for the resign staff. So these are the things we have. And so far, okay for the HR. I believe some pro HR here. So far, okay. Anything do you want to add here? Calling once, calling twice, and sold. Okay, so seems like everything is okay. So I will switch the screen to my actual Excel file. And this is very simple. And some people say, hey, that is so simple, one man. Yeah, we start with something simple, and as and when we move along, we have the foundation of how the simple stuff work. It's easier for us to go into something much more complicated. And what you can see on the screen, this is a very simple Excel file. So basically, it only has 5 columns of data. So I have the staff name, simple name. And in the actual session, people may have a staff, their position, their department, their project, a lot of things. So I just keep it simple, staff name, that's it. Staff name and the month. I only use month, I don't use the date. And the month is everything is go on for every first date of the quarter. So it doesn't complicate the stuff. So it just keep it simple, first date of the month, of the first quarter. And reporting to who they are reporting to, that means their manager or their supervisor, and what is their role, either their manager, senior manager, and so on. For example here, Charlie, this bunch of data belongs to Charlie. Charlie joined, the date is a bit out, joined as a junior 2015. Later, he got promoted to become executive. Then next year, he got promoted to supervisor, and recently, the most recent one, he got promoted to manager. So we can see the flow in this way. So keep it very, very simple. And the last one, the last column shows when the person resign, what is the reason given? So example, Foxtrot, this person joined as a junior, and the reason given during resignation is better offer. And this is the supervisor or the manager where Foxtrot is reporting to. And this is a join date, and this will be the resign date. Very, very simple data. And in the actual context, it will be much more than this. So I just want to keep it simple and so that we are able to understand. So far, okay up to now? Can you give me some signal so far? Okay up to now? You can use your voice, can use your chat as well. Thank you, Beyond. Okay, yes, yeah. So now the first thing I want to make sure what is your Excel version, because the techniques I'm going to share with you is only applicable on certain version of Excel. And the very first thing you want to check, if you are in front of your computer, you can just go and do this simple checking. You go to data, ribbon. So data ribbon, and do you see something called get and transform? Get and transform, do you see this? If you see this, yes, the method I'm going to share with you, it works perfectly under get and transform. First thing, Excel 2019, yeah, you have the best of all. You have a lot of things, yes. And some people, they are not using Excel 2019, and you could go and double check again, go to file, and going towards the bottom left, you will see something called account. Sometimes people call it options, somewhere here towards the end. Click on the account, and going towards the right side, you will see what is the version you are using. I'm using a Professional Plus. Yeah, this one is for enterprise. And some people, they are using 2018, 2010, 2013, 2016, some to 2019, and some people, they have 365. As Pro Plus 2019, very good. If you are using, okay, let me draw a line here. If you are using anything before this one, where am I? If you are using anything before 2013, there are certain things you need to do in order to use something like this. That's called Power Query. You need to download and install, and only certain version of Excel is supported. So after you have installed, you have switched on the whole thing, then the remaining step is rather similar. So how many of you have used this function before, get and transform? If you have used this get and transform or Power Query before, could you type me, ME in the chat? Or can use your voice to say me? How many of you have used this before, get and transform or Power Query? If you have used this one, can you type me, ME, or you can type, I can say it out loud. No, something new. Okay, very good. Thank you for responding. Briefly, thank you, City. No. Okay, welcome to the world of Power Query. Okay, I will go a little bit slower because many of you encounter this for the very first time. I need to lead you to the brand new dimension. Okay, looks like we're going into the parallel world. Okay, thank you for your response. Now, if let's say you have not used it, general context or the purpose of usage of Power Query is to let people to analyze their data. For example, if let's say I do not use Power Query, this thing may happen. Some people, they use pivot table, summarize it, copy, paste it somewhere else, and summarize it, and copy, paste it somewhere else, and summarize it and do it again. So this whole series of using pivot table and keep on summarizing, it could be done using Power Query. Power Query is very, very useful to help you in doing this kind of work. It's very, very useful. And now I'm going to share with you how you're able to get this thing done using staff movement analysis. So let's go back here. Now I have this data. The very first thing, I need to load this bunch of the data into Power Query so that Power Query is able to do some further processing. The very first step, the data here, I have converted into something called Excel table. You can see there's something called table design. If your data do not have something like this, there's one more step you need to do. You just need to go to insert. You need to go to insert. There's something called table. This is only need to do it once, one time for your data. That's it. After you have go insert table, then whenever this is done, you want to go to table design, and going towards the leftmost, you will see something called table name. Give it a meaningful name. My recommendation to start the table name with the wording of table, T-A-B-E-L. It looks redundant, it looks stupid to some people, but later on, when you are doing a lot more analysis and you are using pivot table, you are using formulas, this kind of naming convention really helps you a lot. Personally, I have benefited a lot from this small habit. So let's come back to here. After you have given a meaningful name, this is called table staff movement data. I given the name. After that, I go to data. Then you will see there's something called from table and range. Depending on the Excel version you are using, some Excel version it says from range. Some Excel, like mine, it says from table and range. So you can see the wording. It has the wording called from, it has wording called range. So it just identifies something like this. Then you click, it will brings you to a brand new world. This is called Power Query, and sometimes because of the certain computer, they have a certain age, so they will be a little bit slower. So it's perfectly okay. You can see, okay, this is something extra. Let me remove this. Yes. So here you can see what are the queries. Queries means what are the processing you want to do over here. What are the processing you want to do? And it just like just now the normal context, we use a lot of pivot table to summarize. That would be something like that. Something like the normal pivot table that we are doing multiple processing. We are doing here. And what you are seeing on the middle, this is called data view. What are the things you have done? And it will show on the screen here. It lets you to see what is the result after you've done some processing. And on the right side, you will see something called query setting. And this one is the name. You can give it a meaningful name. The name, you could have a space, you can have a special symbol, you can put it meaningful name. You can put it here. And at the bottom, you will see something called apply step. Apply step, it means what are the processing, or so-called, in the proper term, they call it data transformation. What did I transform? Data transformation. What have you done on the data here? Everything is recorded one by one. If you make a certain mistake, you just need to go to apply step and remove them. You can see there's an X sign here. Just cross, just remove. If there's a certain thing is not right. If you want to backtrack, you can just click on the step, you can backtrack. Later, I will show you how. So now I have this thing. The very first thing I want to do is to give it a meaningful name. So this is called staff movement raw data. Okay, I just type it here, the name, staff movement raw data. I could have a space in between them. It's perfectly okay. I'm just using all capital so that it's easier to see on your screen. In the actual case, depending on your convention, some people, they use uppercase, lowercase in mixture, perfectly okay. It doesn't matter as long as meaningful and short and meaningful. Don't type a small essay there. Okay, now I have this thing here. This is my raw data. So whenever I receive a raw data, I do not want to change anything in the raw data. I don't want to change. I just keep it as original as possible. And if I say I want to do certain processing, I will make a clone or I can make a reference into this query. I keep it original. So now I want to bring it back to Excel by going to Home. Normally, we will click on the save, like a save icon. Now, because you do not want to have the same thing, the same data appears in the same Excel file twice. So therefore, I click on the lower half and choose Close and Load. Remember, go at Home, Close and Load, click on the lower half and Close and Load too. You can see a triple dot here. So let me change Close and Load to, and you will ask us what we want to do with the data. So now I just want to create connection and I want to go to new worksheet, then press OK. The purpose of creating connection, it means it will recognize the data behind the scene and it doesn't show its process data on the Excel file. So this is the purpose of create connection. Let me create connection and okay, yes. On the side, you can see there's something called queries and connection and it says connection only. Yep, that will be fine. So I have this one ready and the next thing I want to do is I want to do some processing on it. First thing I want to know, I want to segregate the active staff only. Active staff only, it means the staff without the resigned reason. The staff without resigned reason. And just be careful. If let's say I just normal filter in this way, I just want to show those blank, just Foxtrot has been resigned. If I press OK, I'm still able to see Foxtrot here, which is not correct. Whenever the person has been resigned, I want the whole bunch of the record taken out. That is the purpose. That's the intention. I want to take out the whole thing. And let me go back towards the Power Query. To go back, I just need to go to Data, Get Data. First, you go to Data, something called Get Data. And after that, you go down, you will see something called Launch Power Query. And in the certain version of Excel, you will see Launch Power Query is somehow inside here. If your one is here, that means your Power Query is older version. Older version, it has some hiccup, especially it is dealing with the data from the same folder. So in general context, what I'm going to share with you, generally is okay. And if let's say you see your Launch Power Query editor is inside the combined query, you just need to update your Excel, so it will get the new patch or new updates here. So once I'm inside here, just click on the Launch Power Query editor. It will bring us back to the same place. And so far, okay, up to now. I just loaded this one and going back, and now I just go back to the Power Query. So far, okay, up to now. Is my speed okay? If my speed okay, you want to maintain my current speed, can you type equal sign in the chat? If you want to be faster, you can type plus. If you want me to be slower, you can type negative, minus. Just want to know. I want to gauge the speed. If maintain, type equal. If you want to be faster, you type plus. You want to be slower, you type minus. So far, so good. Thank you. Okay. Equal. Yes. Okay, right. Let's continue here. And you can see the queries as staff movement raw data where we have just imported. And I want to make a clone. And it has a couple of ways of making the clone. Let me right click. One of them, it says duplicate. Duplicate, it means I have the data here. with this data A, and you will make a clone. It will become A prompt, totally separate. If next time I have new data added in the A here, we add 2 more, A prompt will need to do something to get the same thing. Because for the queries, we can add multiple actions. You need to do something. If they are disconnected, that means they are disconnected. They are not together. So this is called duplicate. Certain situation, we want to do something like this. Let me explain the next one. It says, reference. Okay, reference is here. Reference, what it means. And same thing, I have a data A, and it will make a link A as well. If as I do changes here, I add one more step. This one, it will get another step. If I add 2 more steps, here it will automatically have a 2 more steps. This is the link. So it's just like a mirror. Yes, it's just like a mirror. Whatever thing we do in this original copy, it will get mirrored across. So that is called reference. Depending on the context and based on our data here, we will use a lot of reference because our source data, that is the things we want to maintain. Meanwhile, the rest is the things we want to do some additional changes based on the source data. So now let me right click and reference. And you can see it has a new name. Okay, let me give you a name. Okay, where's that thing? Yeah. Let me give you a meaningful name. Currently, this one, I want to know the staff resign date. Staff resign. Staff resign. You can see staff resign. Okay, now I want to do a certain things. Staff resign, that means the staff, it has a reason. Staff, it has a reason. So I want to filter. Okay, some of you, let me zoom in a little bit. In Excel, we will see whenever it has no data in Excel, we just normal blank. Inside Power Query, the blanks in Excel is equivalent to now. The blanks in Excel is equivalent to now inside Power Query. Don't be what is this? Now. It's just, okay. It just means blank in the data. That's it. So don't need to be so panicked about all these things. So just blank in Excel. And now I want to do some filter. I want to filter. There are a couple of options. Normally, people will be start filtering. Oh, I just tick whatever I want, whatever I don't want. Another things you could do is just tick one here. And Excel and Power Query is able to understand you are taking those are now. You don't want the now, and press OK. And you can see there's something called filter rows. This is the action I have done on the data. Every action we are doing on the data, it will be recorded, it will be part of the apply steps. So now I have this thing ready, and the rest the month, and the data here is shows the date, it shows the time. The time is not necessary. Now I want to do some correction. And now I just want to do a test. Test. This is the parent, or like an original source. And this is the child. I put the red color. This is the child. If I want to change the formatting here, I want to take out the time. Where should I take out? Should I take out in the child or should I take out in the raw data? If let's say you say you should take out from the child, can you type number 1? If let's say this should take out from the parent, the raw data, I can type number 2 in the chat. No right, no wrong. Thank you, City. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you, T. That's 1, 2, 2, 1, 1. Okay, right. Let me show you the answer. Chang. If this is the context, I want to take out the time for good. in future, any other references to the same source, it will take out the time. Therefore, I want to go to the source data. Because it's mirror, if I change on the source data, the child will get updated as well. So if let's say it has multiple children, the multiple children, that means the sub-query, they will get updated as well. So this is one of the reasons why I want to separate them and using a reference or link to mirror the data. So now I go here. You can see. Now I'm inside staff movement raw data, and it has date and the time. And I want to take out the time. The easiest way is to click on the icon here, click on the icon. And currently is the data type is say date and time. You just need to change to date only. Date only. If you do not see this, most likely your Power Query or your Excel need to get updated. That's it. And click on this, and you can see there's something called date only. Yeah, this is the date. Currently is used date and time. You can refer the icon. The icon is different. I want to refer date. So let me click. I choose date, and you will say I want to replace with the current. Okay, you wait for a while, then it's done. Now in the raw data, the months, now everything it only shows the date. Now let's go back to the Resigned, the staff Resigned. Yes, it get updated as well. You can see I have done no changes on the staff Resigned. Everything in the staff movement raw data, update, everything get updated. So it's very, very simple. So now I've done this, and the next thing I want to do is I want to do some, okay, these are the Resigned stuff. These are the Resigned date. Okay, so from the Resigned date, and I could do certain things as well. I can tell, I want to do calculate. I want to know how long this person served in the company. What is the information required? But this one, okay, the month here, I want to change it to Resigned date. Resigned date. I just double click on the header, change it to Resigned date. And maybe this is the last reporting to, last row name, and resign reason. So I have just changed the header. You can change the header name to make it meaningful. Resign date, last reporting to, last row, and resign reason. So I have done this thing. Let me bring the data back to Excel and do some investigation. Make sure everything is okay. So I can go to home. I go to home. Then just now we click on the lower half. Because I just want to show this data inside the Excel, we click on the upper half, usually the big icon. Inside home, just click on the big icon and say close and load. Close and load. Just click on this one. And you will ask, it will straight away create a new worksheet and load the data there. And yeah, this is staff Resigned. On the right side, you can see 13 rows loaded. That means 13 staff has resigned since the beginning of the company until now. There are 13 resign record. So you can see it here as well. So these are the reasons. And I want to do a little bit analysis. I want to know how long did all these staff work in the company? How many months? I want to know what is the information needed in comparison with the resign date. What is the information, one more information needed to do calculation to know how long the staff work in the company? Yes, thank you, Lim. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you. Okay, the join date. Now I have a resign, and now I want to get the join date. This is perfect. And now I want to go back to Power Query. There are a couple of options here. Now we have more options. Just now we want to go back to Power Query editor. We go to data, get data. There's something called launch Power Query. The first method we use. And the second method is, you see there's a Power Query, there's queries and connections on the side. If you do not see that, if you do not, somehow I accidentally close this one, you just need to go to data. Go to data, you will see something called queries and connection. Just click on this and it will show you on the right side. Click, and if you want to go back, just double click any one of them. If you do not have a specific query to go in. If I say I want to go back to staff movement raw data, I just double click, just click, and it will bring you back. Yes, it brings you back to the raw data here. Now, I want to know the join date. It's quite tricky here. Join date, you can see different people. Example, this person Delta, I got a lot of dates. I want to know the join date. Can you find me a pattern? Is it join date the earliest one or the latest one? Is the earliest one or the latest one, the join date in terms of record? Of course lah, earliest one no. So this is the join date. This is the join date, the earliest one. In terms of the earliest one, because Excel or the Power Query, they recognize the date as a number. How is stored as a number? It is always stored as a number. So therefore, we want to use something called minimum. To find the earliest, we use minimum. Opposite, if let's say somehow I want to find the latest date one, I will use maximum. Minimum is the earliest, maximum is the latest. So now I want to use the minimum to find this one. And that's one thing that I want to do is I want to group by the delta, group by the name. Because okay, let me redo this one. Okay, it's the wrong thing. Yeah, it's delta here. I want to group by the delta here, the staff name. And based on this group of data, I just want to get the latest. I don't want to get the latest of all the stuff. Group by group. Maybe for the Charlie, for example, Charlie is here. I want to get the latest. Just even though the sorting is different, I want the latest record is 2015. So I want to have everything goes by the individual staff name. So in normal context, what people do without using Power Query, they use pivot table law and drag the date law and convert the date instead of summarize values by sum, they summarize value by the minimum, copy and paste and put it somewhere else. Similar context here, we were able to do something very, very easy in Power Query. Let me show you how. First, I go to staff movement raw data, right click. That's the one thing. I want to use reference because in future, any changes on the raw data, especially the data transformation, I want to inherit them as well. So I will use reference. So I can right click reference. So, and before I continue, it's a good practice to give it a meaningful name while we still remember. Okay, this will be the staff join date. Staff join date. I give a meaningful name, staff join date. After this, and you could just go to home, and you will see there's something called group by. There's something called group by. Okay, we call group by. Click on the group by, then it will give you what do you want to do the grouping. This is the normal things we do inside pivot table. So I want to group by staff. Staff means the staff name. You can choose different grouping as well. If you want to have a multiple grouping, just in case you want to have multiple grouping, you could change to advanced. You could change to advanced and you can have a multiple grouping and multiple aggregation. The behavior or the end result will be something similar like what we do using pivot table, something similar. So let me, currently is only one grouping is good enough. And I want to change this one. Rather than counting number of rows, I want to know the earliest date. So I change this operation to minimum. Click on the drop down here, change the operation to minimum. Then from the operation and minimum, and what do you want? Drop down here inside the columns. I want to know the minimum or the earliest month for this stuff. earliest month for this stuff. And give it a meaningful name. By default, is use new column name is called count. It's not meaningful. I want to give a meaningful name called join date. Okay, either you want to use present tense or past tense, it's okay lah. Doesn't matter. Join date. Okay, join date. Once it's done, you can press OK. Let me press OK, and you can see the results here. Later we can verify. Later we will verify. Now we have the result here. I want to bring the data back. Again, very simple. Go to home and you can choose the icon like the diskette. Close and load. Close and load. Yes, it will bring you back to Excel and create a brand new worksheet there for you. So I have the date. Let's do some investigation. Let's double check. We trust Excel and we verify the data. Sometimes Excel works correctly, just the data somehow something wrong lah. Okay, so let's check. Okay, alpha. I want to sort by the alpha. Alpha is 2015 January. Let's check. Alpha, this is Resigned. I want to check on the join date. Okay, 2015, correct. Okay, let me scroll down. Charlie, the join date is 2015 as well. Let's see, Charlie 2015, correct. Yes, let's scroll down a little bit. And November is joined on the 2016 October. Let me scroll down, 2016 October. Yes, so this is correct. So I have done this thing. Wow. Okay, happy. Before celebrate, save the file. I will just save the file. And I want to bring this data, join date based on the staff name. I want to go to the resign stuff here. I want to put it here. Normally, how will you do this? I have two sets of data. I have resigned date here. I have a join date here. I want to bring their join date into resign date here so that we are able to do some formula calculation here. How will you do it? Can you type in the chat? How will you do it? Yes, thank you, Yvonne. VLOOKUP. What else? VLOOKUP. Lookup. Okay. Some people, they're desperate. They copy paste. Okay, that's super desperate mode. Yes, a lot of time people use VLOOKUP. So now we are going to use something different. Instead of using VLOOKUP, we use Power Query. Let the Power Query do the lookup for us. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, now I want to do some changes inside the sales, inside the staff resign. And the third method, we could go back to the Power Query. The third method is you click inside here. On the top, you will see there's wording called query. And some Excel version, you will see the wording called Power Query. Either way, they are still remaining the same. And if I click outside of that range, it will disappear. The query, the wording will disappear because it doesn't know which one we are selecting. Then if let's say I select yes, it will turn back to query. Just click on the query or the wording Power Query. Click, and on the left side, usually is on the left side, you will see there's wording called edit. Usually is on the left side, or you can see somewhere it's called edit, or some version they call it Power Query Editor, depending on your version. So you just see the wording edit. Whenever you have the wording edit, click. That's the things you want to do. Then click. Then you will go back to the Excel. You go back to Excel, and no, go back to Power Query. We want to do the lookup inside here. Nice. Normally in the lookup or VLOOKUP, how many comparison column we could have? How many comparison column we could have? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Can you type in the chat? How many columns? If let's say we are doing lookup, normal VLOOKUP. Normal VLOOKUP, only one column lah. Yeah, long. Only one column. We are able to get more data, but comparison always one column. But inside here, later you will see it could be compared more than one column. Very nice. Now I want to do a VLOOKUP in here and bring the data from staff join to okay, and to here, maybe to one of them here. I want to bring it here. And so that we are able to compare against the resign date and do how many months the person has served the company. So inside the home, you will see there's something called merge query. Merge query is, in the normal term, is called lookup, or some people call it VLOOKUP. It's equivalent and it's much more powerful than that. Lookup or VLOOKUP. Some people, they call it index match, also the same thing. Okay, now we click on this merge queries, and you ask us, what is the query I want to merge together? Just like VLOOKUP, which table I want to compare against. So here I have the first table is called staff resigned. The second one is I want to use staff join date. I'll choose staff join date. And what I want to compare, staff name against staff name here. Whenever they are the same name, I want to bring the join date. I want to bring the join date up. I want to bring it up here. Okay, join date, bring it up here. To do the VLOOKUP or the merge query inside Power Query, we just need to use mouse to click and click. That's it. After that, the join kind, you use the default. I want to keep it simple. The join kind is much more powerful. We could do inside here. Now we just skip left outer join. We use left outer join, and you can press OK. And you will see on the side, yes, a new step added. It's called merge query, and there's a staff join date here. It just bring the whole thing, and it doesn't show the join date. I want the join date. Therefore, click on this expand button. This will expand it. It allows us to choose which column we want to see. We can select that. So I can click, and you can see, staff, I don't need long. I don't need staff. I only need the join date. And I don't want to have an original column name. Original column name, it means like this one, staff join date dot join date. The one. So I will take out this thing as well. And then I will press OK. Let me do this. Staff the one, not original column name. We press OK. And ta-da! Yes, it's here. And excited, right? If let's say you have 5 columns, you just click, Gao team, finish. If let's say in the normal Excel, you need to VLOOKUP 5 times. If let's say you have 20 columns, you need to bring it over, you need to VLOOKUP 20 times. If 20 columns, 20 times lah, yeah. Okay, this one, you just use your mouse to click. That's it. That's it. So after this is done, the next thing I want to do some calculation. And before that, let's do the simple test. I want to bring the data back and do some comparison before we continue. Let's do something like this. And I can home, close, and load. It brings it back. And you will load for a while. Okay. Yeah. Let me zoom out a little bit. I can see the join date and the resign date. Let's check on Kilo. Kilo is joined on 2018 and resigned on 2021, just recently. Let's check on the raw data. Kilo 18 to 21. Kilo, I go up. Yes. 18 to 21, that's correct. Let's check India is 2019 to 2020, July to January. Okay, India is here, 2019 July to January 2020. Yep, this is correct. Good. And now the next thing, I want to do some calculation. I want to know how many months the person is working in the company. How many months? So I just need to double click. So I just keep it simple. And inside here, in Excel, we could add formula. inside Power Query, we could add similar formula as well. Just the wording and so-called the syntax is a little bit different. The concept-wise is rather similar. It's rather similar. So I want to add a column. Normally, in Excel, we just find a column and start keying now. Inside here, we just need to go to add column. And you go to add columns, and you will see something called custom column. We use something similar called custom column. Inside custom columns, you are able to add or type the formulas you want to use. So let me show you. Yeah, like custom column. Chang, chang. Yes, you can see this is the header name or the column name. Give you a meaningful name. Okay, what is the name you want to give? I need you to give me some suggestion. I want to know this person, how long this person worked in the company before this person resigned. I want to know that. How can I tell? How can I tell? Can you, what's the name? Period of service, year of service, YOS. Okay, thank you. Yeah, simple. YOS, length of service. Length, is it 1 inch or 1 feet or 20 feet? Okay, last time I also gonna last time I also having one organization to tune out their report, and because they have a membership length, this person is quite funny lah. I say, okay, length 1 inch 1 feet 10 feet What do you mean by length? Okay, tenure or years of service will be much more meaningful. Okay, I also gonna okay I laugh and learn . Okay, let's do it here. Year of service. Okay, years of service. Service year. Okay, this one's month. I want to use month. Service month. I want to use month. Rather than, okay, example, half year 0.5, 1 quarter of the year 0.25 is a bit odd. Using the month will be something meaningful. 20 months, 5 months. At least it's whole number, not decimal. Decimal, not easy to understand. Okay, so let's go back to here. The formula will be something interesting. To date, we will be using. We are using resign date and we are using the join date. This one I will explain a little bit so that you can see the concept and the thinking rationale behind. Just giving example, the resign date. The resign date is I ignore the day. I just take the month and the year. Maybe this is the maybe 1st of 2020. Keep it this way. And the join date. The join date is where's the join date? Join date will be maybe 5th of 2018. Okay, just do this. In order to have the result in the month, I want to get the year minus year and multiply with 12. Yes, date diff. Lim, very good. And fortunately and unfortunately, this one don't have date diff. Okay. Very good, Lim, for this suggestion. If let's say here you also burning, burning is okay. You can just straight away type the formula outside and it's able to work. Okay, how about this? Since Lim has given us the formula, so I can just close this one. I don't do it here. Cancel. Yes, I don't do it here. Okay. Yeah, and there's something I want to do, adjust a little bit. I want to move the join date towards the front before the resign date, so that chronologically human will read a little bit better lah. So from the left to right, it's a bit easier. It's join then resign, and this one is then resign then join, a bit kalang kabut lah. So I want to resequence. To resequence the column, very simple. Just use your mouse long, drag, let go. If I just do this resequence, here at the bottom, you can see something called reorder columns. This is automatically applied, is recorded. If I make a mistake, just put the cross here, it will just remove. So it's done. I want to join before resign. Yes. Then I want to home, go back to home. I want to close and load, close and load. Yeah, bring it back. Since Lim has given us a very good formula, we don't want to waste this effort. All the blood, sweat, tears. Okay, we use the formula. Okay, this will be the service month. I just type service month. Remember, type at the back. Don't type in between. It is safer. We type it in at the back. Save service month. Enter. The formula will be something like this: date diff, date diff, date diff, and I want to have the join date. Click on the join date, comma, resign date, comma, double quote M, double quote, and close parenthesis. How many of you seen this function for the very first time in your life? Can you type me? If you have used it before, can you type 0? If you have used it before, can you type 0? If you very first time, you type me. Yes. Yeah, everyone need to say thank you to Lim. Yes, because of him or her, I'm not quite sure. Apologies, I'm not quite sure. And we learned something new today. Yes. Then let's see. Press enter. It will give us the months. Easy, huh? Sometimes we are desperate or we're not quite sure. In Excel, I know the formula, but in Power Query, I somehow doesn't know. It's okay. Just bring the data out in this way, partially, add the formula at the back. Next time you refresh, you will still able to maintain your formula. At the same time, the data will be maintained as well. It's very, very useful. It's a very good hybrid method to get this thing done. 0 by type ym, let's see, ym. Yeah, typo. Yeah, let's see, ym. ym is the complete year up to the month. It doesn't have a continuous. If let's say I want to have continuous, example, this person has been worked for 2 years, so you'll be 24. This one, it doesn't. It will based on the current beginning of the year up to now, if I remember correctly. I'm not quite sure. Complete year, how many complete years? See, I seldom use this one. Okay, I just make it as M, make it as M. Okay, you can see this guy has been worked more than a year, so the numbers will be more than 12. So unless you have a yearly kind of affair, then you use ym. Yes, now we have done this thing. I know the year of service, and now I want to boss is chasing for report. Hey, I want to know this thing. Okay, from here roughly I can know later we can do a simple pivot table to analyze the data here. And now I have a joint date. I have the resign. I want to know what else? Promotion. Promotion. I want to know the promotion. When was the last promotion? How frequent the company promote people, or how individual manager promote their staff. So we go to queries. We go back to edit. Let's see. This will be a brand new query. Promotion will be brand new query. I will go to staff movement data. Staff movement data. Right click. I will use reference. Yes, I want to use reference, and you can see the icon. The icon is a chain. It just link. Yes, it just link. It doesn't clone it. So this will be the staff promotion. Okay, staff promotion. I want to do a little bit things here, but here I have no idea who has got promoted. Not easy. Or using Iceball to check out, you can see, you have more than one. You can see this person now. Whenever it's more than one, of course, will get promoted. Some people, they are not promoted one is quite. Some people, example, they have not promoted one. Where is that? Yeah, example, this one. This one got promoted, and yeah, this one might not promoted. Still the same. And I want to do something like this. For those they have not promoted, I want to do something here. So therefore, this one is a bit tricky. This one a bit tricky in the sense of I just now the formula, this one. those get promoted, it could be from the active group, or it could be from the resigned group. And based on the data we have, it could be having a two set of data. For example, if I say I want to do the count, if let's say they are having more than one, okay. Whenever this one has more than one record, for sure, they are promoted, because the second one is usually is the promotion record. And if let's say this person is only one time, but it has two records, most likely the second record, it says resign. So therefore, it's a bit tricky to go in this way. So therefore, I want to have a two different set for those promotions. Later, I want to combine them later. And this one is very, very chunky. Okay. Yeah, just a very, very chunky. Let me go back to my screen. Okay, let's go back to here. First, this is staff promotion. I want to know these are for the active staff only. Active staff only. Active staff means their name doesn't exist in the resign. It doesn't exist in the resign. So in the normal lookup, we just look up, and whenever they exist, we just manually remove them to cancel that out. Inside here is very easy. And now I'm going to use something different. Okay, so I go to home, then you will see there's something called merge query. I just go and merge query. I want to merge, that means I want to do a lookup or comparison against resign. I want to compare the staff against the staff. The upper part is the staff promotion for the active staff only. Now I want to take out those inactive or those resign. And against the resign, the comparison is between staff name against staff name. Just now we use left outer join. Left outer join is a normal things we do inside VLOOKUP as well. And now I just want to know, hey, those doesn't exist in here, doesn't exist. Okay, let me type it here. Does not exist. Does not exist. When it does not exist, I only tick them. When it exists, I don't want. It's just the valid. So therefore, in terms of the Power Query, the upper one is called left. The upper one is called left, and the lower one on the bottom one is called right. It's called right. It just reverse a little bit sequence. Now I just want to know those only exist in here and not here. So therefore, there's something called, this is a bit, just follow. It's called left empty. Left empty means only those record in here. Those record already exist here, don't want. Those record already exist here, don't want. For example, I can see the foxtrot is here. I don't want the foxtrot to be appears on the top. So let me do this. I can press OK. Let me go towards the front. You can see the foxtrot disappear. No more foxtrot. So these are the group of people is promoted. These are the active people. These are the active people. So now I have it here, and I want to remove certain unwanted column. I don't want the resign reason. I don't want the staff resign because they are blank. I could just select them, right click, and there's something called remove columns. Remove columns. Whatever thing we are doing here, it will eventually bring that out into Excel. If let's say you see something unwanted column, you can remove it here so that when next time you refresh inside Excel, you will not see unwanted column. So that's the reason we want to clean it up here. Right click, remove columns. And on the right side, query settings, yes, the wording called remove columns. Everything is recorded. So based on here, I want to count how many times this person has. If let's say this person has more than one, That means this person is promoted. If not, this person only has one job. He doesn't get promotion. So therefore, I just want to go and do a grouping. Group by staff, count. I want to count number of rows. Just do the count, normal thing. Press OK. And you can see, oh, this person get promoted 4 times. This person get promoted 3. Actually, it's -1. Okay, this one. So this is how many times the person get promoted. Okay, I want to give you a meaningful name rather than having everything by this one. I want to -1. I want to -1 rather than showing 2. This one promotion count. This person is promoted 1 time, and this person has been promoted 1 time as well. And this group of people, they promoted 3 times. I want to change it, promote count. So I want to add a column. I use add column. Inside column, there's something called custom column. Custom column. And I want to change the name. I call it promo count. Number of times this person get promoted. And inside here, I just need to have count -1. New column name, promo count, count -1. I can press OK. You can see promo count is here, and this count is no longer necessary. I could just right click and remove. Yes, you're right. And after this is done, I want to get the promo date. When was the last promotion date for this group of people? Not sure how. Let me show you another way. This is for the active staff, and it doesn't get the promotion date yet. Okay, this active. Based on the active, I can reverse it. I want to get those inactive as well. Later, I will combine them together. So I promote, and now I want to, okay, duplicate. Yeah, I can see some messages. Okay, right. Let me duplicate. And if let's say right click, duplicate. Duplicate means I want to make a clone of this existing same one and do some adjustment there. Let me put a duplicate. That means I make a clone. Almost the same thing. I want to do some adjustment here. I want to say this is called inactive. I change the name called inactive. And just now the merge query, I exclude the resign staff. This one I want to match only those resign staff. That step is under merge queries. So I can click on here. I want to backtrack a little bit steps here. And you can see there's a gear icon here, gear icon. Click on the gear icon and you are able to do some changes there in terms of the comparison method. Okay, click on the gear icon. You want to check only those resign staff. Then the join type you want to change is to something called inner join. Inner, that means both must exist. That means I have a list of the staff at the same time I have this thing here, resign. That means list of the staff is the universal, is a bigger chunk. And whenever it's intersect with the resign staff name, the end result is the resign staff. So I will use inner, then can press OK. Then going towards the end, you can see these are the staff they have resigned. These are the staff they have resigned. And because the resigned staff, we need to -2, not -1, because the initial is a join date and the second one is a resign record. And I want to -2 so that it will cancel out the resign record. To do the adjustment on the promo count, you can see only one person get promoted, then resign. The rest, they are not promoted. So So I can go to, there's something called add custom, click on the gear icon here, click on the gear icon, click and change it. Rather than -1, you need want to click -2, promo count, and press OK, then go towards the end. And because we want only those get promoted, those are not promoted, I want to take them out. So normally what you do in Excel, if let's say you want to take it out or filter out certain record you don't want, what do? Can you help me? What do? You use this icon, this button. What is this? In normal Excel context, we filter. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, To. Thank you, Mr. To. Okay, we filter, we take them out. We don't want them. So we take them out. We do not tick all these things because when we tick one by one, sometimes it will behave a little bit differently. We use number filter. We want to those greater than. We use number filter. Greater than 1. No? If you tick one by one, especially a multiple, sometimes the Power Query will misunderstand your action. You only want these numbers, the rest you don't want. So next time you have those that have a different promotion count, it will not able to work. If let's say I use this one greater than 0, if greater than 0, if let's say this person very lucky get promoted 5 times, it will be included. Maybe this is superstar, you get promoted 6 times, also will be included as well. If let's say you tick one by one here, it may misconfuse or misunderstand your selection. The easier and safer method is using this one, greater than something, less than something, universal. So let me go here, number filter, greater than, just type greater than 0. Greater than 0. And then you can press OK. Press OK. Ta-da! Only one person, November, get promoted. Now I have the active, I have the inactive with their promo count. And the next thing I want to know their last promotion date. Wow, this one's a bit tricky. Before that, I want to I want to get another one, which is the list of the last date in the record. It could be the resigned date, it could be the last promotion date. Now I want to do another thing. Make a reference to the original data. By the way, this is a bit tricky. If let's use normal Excel, people will do multiple times. Now you only need to do one time. Later, next time you just need to refresh and everything is updated. That is our intention. Now come back to here, right click. There's something called reference. I want to give a meaningful name called promotion date. I give a promotion date. And first thing, I want to take out the record with the reason. I want to take out the record only with the reason. And I want those record equals to now. Hey, now is in small letter. And by the way, just for information, Power Query, where am I? Power Query is case sensitive. That means it's uppercase and lowercase, they are different. Uppercase and lowercase, they are different. So therefore, whenever I type now, I need to type small letter now. You can see outside and the data here is also small letter. So we want to change does not, I want to change equals to now. Those with the reason, that means the resign record. I want to take them out. I want to ignore them. Press OK. And to just go back here, I'm going to do the grouping. Just now we use the minimum in the grouping. Let me go back to the grouping here. We use the minimum to get the join date. So if let's say I want on the earliest date, if I want to get the latest date, what should I use? Can you help me in the chat? What should I do? What should I choose? to get the latest state? What should I choose to get the latest state? Yes, thank you for your help. It's max. Yes, that's right. We use max for the latest state. Simple, huh? Okay, let's change this one to max. And I want to give it a name, meaningful name. I call it promotion date. Of course, the column I need to change. I need to change. I just given a meaningful name here, promotion date. Or if I want to shorten, you can see promo date lah. Okay. Okay, I change it to the month. Okay, me promo date shorter. Okay, let me show you. The name is promo date. Operation is maximum. Maximum in terms of the date is the latest date. And I'm going to the latest based on the month, that particular column. Then I can press OK. Then I can press OK. Ta-da! So these are the date, latest date. Based on the date, I want to have these two combined together. You can see I have the active and I have inactive. I want to combine these two together and I want to do something. Before I continue, I realize I have done these three things. I have not done one. I have not clicked one button called save, close and load. Close and load. I have not clicked this one. Next time I click close and load, it brings all the data into Excel worksheet and everything. And by the way, all these things is only interim. I call it interim, means temporary, interim or temporary. I don't want to show them on the Excel worksheet. So therefore, I want to load them as connection only. Now everything is done. I want to load them as a connection only before I proceed to the next step. So I'll go to home, click on the lower half, click on the lower half and choose close and load. And this action, it will apply to the queries, the three queries I have just created. I want to close and load at the same time as a connection. Otherwise, if I just click close and load, there are a lot of messy stuff I need to do housekeeping later. I want to keep it simple. So I do close and load to, and I want to close and load to as a connection. So let's wait for a while. Yes, I want to close only create connection. When I choose this and press OK, it will apply the same setting for the three queries just now. Let me press OK. Yeah, I have three queries and you can see on the right side, they are being created as a connection. As a connection. So it's done. Let me save this. Then I want to go back. Haha, this is the fun part, the final part. Yes, the final part, I want to append. Select one of them. I'm select active. I want to have these two records combined together. Normally in Excel, what we do? Select law, copy law, go to the last one and paste law. So now we want to do something similar. That action is called append. That action is called append. Go towards the bottom and add. Everything is at the bottom. That's called append. Select one of them. I can go to home. Then you will see there's small buttons here. Small buttons here. Click on these small buttons. There's one option says append as new. Append as new. And in your Power Query, if you do not see this, you just need to update your Power Query and you are able to see this. So append as new query. Append as new query, and you ask you, hey, where are the relevant queries you want to add on? Okay, the first query is active and the second one you can choose inactive. If you have more than two, you can choose 3 or more. So let me show you. Okay, I want to have the inactive. Yes, you can see. If let's say I choose append the same thing twice, that means the same record it will appear twice. It is redundant. Just be careful. It doesn't stop you from doing that. Some people, they need that kind of things. So just be careful. You can append the same thing twice. Okay, so I can choose inactive. Or I can use 3 or more. You can choose multiple, which one you need. and you can resequence them over here. Resequence them. So once this start, I can press OK. Okay, you'll go to a new worksheet. I give a meaningful name. Before I continue, I can say staff promotion or promote date. Promote date. I give a meaningful name. It's called staff promote date. And from here, I have the promo count, I have the name, and I want to add the promotion date. So I will go and merge query. Merge query. Just click on here. Do not need to click on the small arrow key. Just click on the merge query. And I want to merge against the staff promotion date. Staff promotion date. That has all the staff date here. And I want to combine using or reference using the staff name. Using a staff name. Once this is ready, I can press OK. And I could just expand it. Expand is basically clicking on this small expand button. And I don't need the staff. I don't want to use original column name as a prefix. Just maintain promote date. That's it. So let me don't want this, only promote date and press OK. So these are the promotion date. Once I'm happy with this, I want to bring it back to Excel. So I can just close and load. It brings the whole thing back to Excel, and it will take a while to load. Yes, done. Got it. So now we have the promotion, we have all the data, and based on the promotion date, I want to know from the last promotion until today, how many months has it passed? Okay. Now, who can give me the formulas? I know some of you are very good with the formula. Who can give me the formula to calculate based on the promotion date up to today, how many months has passed? How many months has passed? While waiting, I also, okay, that'll be, give me a meaningful column name. Column name will be months since last promo. Okay, it's a bit mouthful. Later we can simplify. How many months since the last promotion date? We could use the date diff just now. Similar thing. We use date diff equal date diff. Date diff means a date difference between today and from here. I think it's the Bali. Okay. From promotion date, from this date until today, and I want to show how many months. Enter. Yep. So I got it. Okay. Yes, something. Let me show the formula on the screen. Basically, what it tells is, hey, from this date, 1st of January 2018 until today, and give me number of months they have passed. So you show everything here. And from the quick glance, you can see, this company, they seldom promote people one. You can see only recently, 9 months ago, they promote this person named called Delta. And now we have the data in the right order. The next thing is we want to do some analysis. I want to do a little bit more analysis here. I want to know, okay, let's go to because I want to know, have you heard of this phrase? Have you heard of this phrase? It means people, they don't leave a company, they leave their manager. Have you heard of this phrase? Yes or no? People, they don't leave a company, they leave their supervisor or manager, or they leave their superior. Yeah, huh? Last time I also similarly I don't leave a company. I love the company. I love what they are doing, and just the boss. Okay lah. Thank you lah. I go find somewhere else lah. So now I want to know. Wow, there are so many people resign. There's so many people resign here. Okay, look at the resign stuff. It doesn't tell us which people they are, which boss or which manager are driving people away. Okay. because we have come out this thing, I want to do some simple analysis. With this kind of data, it's very easy for us to do analysis. We just need to go to use pivot table lah. Go to insert pivot table and press enter. It will go to a brand new worksheet. Let me see. I want to know the last reporting tool. Yes, this tree manager. I want to know how many staff has resigned from them. So I click the staff name. Wow, on the quick glance, you can see Charlie drive 3 people away. Don't know what reason. Delta has driven so many people. Foxtrot has 1. Okay. The numbers may not be constitute a lot of things. Maybe Delta has been working with the company for a long period. A lot of people reporting to this person. It's naturally has a lot more people resign from that under that person. So I want to be more objective. How long this person has been working with the company and this person said bye-bye. I want to add one more. It's called service month. I want to add it into values. I want to add into values. Click. Yes. This is a total. Look from a total, it looks, this is very high. Actually, this is a false impression. I want to convert them into an average. That means in average, how long or how short the person get resigned. So I could just right click, summarize values by average. You can see in terms of average, Charlie, okay, after person working for so long, after 29 months, in average people will resign. Delta, after 6 months plus, will say bye-bye. Unless you want to get people out from the company, send to him, Delta. And Kilo is only one person. He has been working with the company for 33 months, they resign. So from this, we can know, we need to work something with the Delta here. Okay, by the way, it's pure coincidence with the current news. It's just pure coincidence. Okay, so let's come back to here. So from here, I can tell something. At the same time, I want to do some analysis. Why people go? What are the reasons? So with the data here, staff resign, I could do another pivot table. It has a reasons, and I want to know the number of people they say so. A lot of people say better environment better offer further study this is good. If I say with this one and combine with the previous pivot table, I could go back to a previous pivot table and add the reason towards the column. You can see a little bit different thing. Okay, so many decimal. Let me format the numbers. I only want to show 1 decimal. That'll be easy. Okay, like this. 1 glance. The grand total is not meaningful in this context. I should take it out. So 1 glance, you can see people move away from Charlie, mainly because of better offer, and 1 person say further study. No choice people want to go further study, no choice. Okay, better offer. After working for so long, because of better offer, they go away. So that means the company can improve their CMB, compensation and benefits. 1 telltale sign and Delta above how many people? 1, 2, 6 people. They are leaving the company because of better environment. That means the Delta has created not so good environment for these 6 people. Okay, and 3 people, they are moving away from Delta because of better offer. Again, comb and band together and need to do something with Delta. Okay, this telltale sign. And for the Kilo, because of better offer okay again, generally because of the compensation and benefits, and need to do something with this person Then this is the things we could do just by a little bit simple data analysis. Just now we have a promotion as well. Maybe you can see a promotion, the telltale sign about the promotion. Okay, promotion here. The most recent one is only 9 months ago. The rest is close to 2 years ago or 1.5 years ago, the promotion. Again, it tells the compensation and benefits and the career progression is not so good. This is just my shadow analysis. So what else can you tell from here? What else can you tell from here? From this analysis? Just from here, from this one. What else? Yes, Mr. To, thank you. Employee engagement. What else? Wow, after Delta get promoted, a lot of people go away. Okay, whether it's something coincident or something else. Okay, I realized I've overshot the timing. I'm so excited. I've shared too many things. Okay, let me temporarily take a pause here. Let me take a pause here. So far, do you learn something from this session? Do you learn something from this session? Yes or no? Could you type in the chat yes or no? Yes, thank you. Okay, between what do you like the most about this kind of sharing? About 90 minutes. What do you like the most about this kind of sharing? Share the slide. Let me share the slide. Slides here. Okay. What do you like the most about this kind of sharing? 90 minutes, no nonsense, just go straight away, one scenario. What do you like the most? Yeah, this is the slide. Yeah, you can type in the chat. Yeah, learn new skill in Power Query, learn something new. Power Query new too, yeah. So it's not new lah. I've been here close to 10 years. Yes, power of Excel, yeah. Yes, I like this one. Lynn mentioned, let Excel works for all of you. That's very good mindset. Yeah, learn about, you like about my knowledge in Excel. Yes, thank you. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, Now I think, okay, and I have overshot the timing by 4 minutes. For those who are okay to stay back, I would love to have you for the remaining extra bonus session. And for those who want to reach out to me, you can let me flash the slide. You can contact me in here. You can go and Facebook or LinkedIn, find OneExcel. If you are using LinkedIn, you can find me Excel Sifu, like my background, virtual background, or you can email me to ask@oneexcel.com, or you can WhatsApp. Yes, you can WhatsApp to this number, special thing. WhatsApp to this number, and the things how I'm able to assist you. Yes, for those you want to stay back, I would love to have you and have more Q&A. You can open up your video. I can turn on your voice. There'll be even much more lively interaction. Yes, what else? Anything I missed? Look at nothing, huh? Okay. Yes, for those you want to ask a bit more, let me take the question. Yes. Yes, you're welcome, Olivia. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I see there's some chat about the video. Yes, I will share this video in my YouTube channel. If you need the video, you need to go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Can I? Yes, you're welcome. Yes, for those you want to, okay, I have get a question talking about how is it possible to use Power Query to create chart? The answer is no. We could use Power Query to come out the data is good enough for the chart to be created. So Power Query is just like our normal manual work, our pivot table, and do multiple things and come out the things we need, and we create a chart. Yes. Yes, you're welcome, everyone. Yeah, if you use LinkedIn, please find me in the LinkedIn as well. Yes. Yes, thank you. Okay, now, any question? Any question? Thank you, Key. Thank you, Angie. Any question? Calling once. Any question? Calling twice. Any question? So, okay, with that, I will wrapping up the session. Thank you, everyone. Take care and stay safe. And see you when I see you. What is that thing? Yeah, take care and bye.